There is a sea of options of things you can do with a sample, from simply replaying a loop,
feel like I've been running out of nobody gave a forewarning or a when my dreams feel like
to doing stuff like this. In this video, I'll explain all the ways to chop a sample that I've discovered after analyzing over 100 sample tracks that are available right now in my channel. This is awesome even for experienced producers. Everyone can just check in on this video whenever they need some inspiration of what to do with a sample. Let's start with something simple. Lifting, grabbing a section of a song and using it with little to no changes. Maybe you stretch it and change its pitch, but overall very little chopping is involved. Just find a loop you love it and use it.
They will always haunt my dreams. The green twins with your eyes. They will always haunt my dreams.
Gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta do better, gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late. Said I gotta do better, I gotta do better, I gotta.
If you want to take this further, you can lift different sections of a song and combine them to create some variation in your arrangement. And this pattern right here leads me to the next technique, which is stutters. When it is used for intros, it is also known as Pharrell's signature 4-count start. It is often used for intros, but as you will see, it goes way beyond that. You can also use a stutter pattern to complement a longer chop. A perfect example is using a stutter at the end of a longer loop. A classic example of combining small chops with longer chops is when the longer melodic loop used for intros and choruses drops into a verse that has a more bouncy stutter pattern.
If she says she loves
Next up is something I explained a lot on my channel. So much so that you probably already seen this Ninth Wonder clip talking about Jdilla.
So Dilla mastered the art of taking a sample without stretching it, chopping it up, and playing it fast. Because if you hear in the song, there's kicks and snares in the song. So he, instead of doing like we did, or used to doing, chopping the sound, he chopped the kick and the snares. And played the kick and the snare no matter what came with it, right?
Instead of stretching it down a long sample to fit the bar, you can make it fit without stretching by playing the chops fast, which usually cuts the tail of the chop. You can see if I go frame by frame that even though this whole section is highlighted, there is always a small section getting skipped. A simpler example is Nujabes' Reflection Eternal. Next thing is reversing the sample. Something simple to do that is always good to try to see how it sounds.
Neighbors think I'm selling dope, selling dope.
You can also reverse a loop and use it to complement the original version, like Earl Sweatshirt does it here. Now let's talk about rearranging a pattern to create something new. In both of the examples I'll show, the samples, chord, and melody progression are shuffled, rearranged to create something new. When rearranging a sample, the normal is to cut on the kick or the snare. Another way to say this is to cut on the 1 or the 2. However, this is something that Ninth Wonder does so much that I've dubbed it the Ninth Wonder technique, is to cut between the 1 and the 2 and rearrange it that way. That does add a new layer of complexity to the puzzle, but it also opens the door to new possibilities. Next up is combining samples, because sometimes you can't finish the loop with just one sample. And for the first example, we're going back to Pete Rock's Mind Frame because honestly, there's no better example. The horn melody is so well put together that it feels like they come from the same sample. Another crazy example is Sea of Clouds. Honestly, whoever mixed this deserves a Grammy just for mixing this one beat. Moving on to combining microchops with bigger loops, something we touched on already. These microchops that you use in the middle of bigger loops can help you bridge the gap between loops, create variation, and in some cases even give more bounce to the loop. Next up is layering your chops. Madlib went kinda crazy there, layering 2 long and full loops on top of each other. A more normal way to do this is to layer with effects chops, vocals, and isolated elements.
And the Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete. And the Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete.
butter looking good in it. Take a chance with in the choice ride.
You can also add effects like delay and reverb to the chops. I like this next example because it is a vocal layered on top of a stutter pattern.
There's something about the beat. There's something about the rhythm. I can feel it all over me. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
And before we do the grand finale with microchopping, I can't not mention that you can also chop drum loops.
The light be coming through it in the morning.
For example, you can chop the individual hits of the drum loop and create your own drum groove like Jdilla does right here. Or you can just lift the whole loop like Kendrick does.
Shalom, peace. So
Dilla created something new by rearranging every hit of the drum loop, and then Kendrick just grabbed that and sampled it on She Needs Me. If you want a full video on drums, here it is. I've analyzed over 10 drum samples that were used in over 1,000 records. Okay, so finally, let's finish with microchopping. The most random technique ever, where it just feels like you're throwing paint at a wall and see what sticks. Or it is the most complex, meticulous, and intentional technique in all of music production. You will hear me say that a lot because I'm planning a lot of content around microchopping. Here, I'll just show some examples. For me to explain what's going on here, it would take a whole video, and you can expect those videos from me. Just know this is crazy hard to edit, both to break down and to also do the visual editing, so please consider subscribing.
Lord forgive me. Kill 'em way stand up. Back in that minivan, double back.
Okay, that was crazy, but we did it. If you want my recommendation of sample breakdowns to watch that use most of these techniques, here are they. They do pretty much everything other than reversing a sample. I also suggest you check any future funk video on my channel if you want to see beats that do most of these techniques combined with a bunch of cool DJ effects and transitions. If you want the FL files for any of these breakdowns, you can check the Patreon. You can also check it for templates / MIDIs of the structure of all kinds of songs from all kinds of genres, or I don't know, maybe you just want to support a guy trying his best. Check the Patreon. I'm out.